Hello and welcome to this coverage of the Under-17 Boys Pacific Cup Championships here on the Sunshine Coast. See that Papua New Guinea and Tonga going toe-to-toe, the Thunder and the Binatangs. I'm going to see Tonga dressed up in the Brisbane Lions outfit. So Semisoni fella here has won the toss there for the Tongans, and they're going to kick to the right of your screen. My name's Chris. It's a pleasure being in your company for this exciting game. We are also keeping an eye on the weather and seeing how we go today. There is a little bit of rain, but it is to the south, and it's more or less going in a north-westerly direction. We encourage you across the feed today, throughout this exciting game, to drop a message in for your support of the boys. Tell us where you're from, what you love about the game, anything that we can sort of chat about across the day as well. I've just come off the back of calling the previous game between South Africa and Fiji, and we did see a lot of engaging chats, engaging conversations between those viewing, talking about the game of the AFL. We had some family members jumping on the YouTube feed, cheering on their kids, cheering on their cousins from all over the country, so all over the world. Big welcome to those listening or catching the feed in Tonga. It's nearly 2 p.m. local time. Great to be with you in your company. And a big shout out to PNG, all those around the Port Moresby area and West New Britain, Leigh, Manhagan. Great to be with you. It's nearly 11 o'clock local time, so fortunately we're on the same time zone as you. We've got just a few minutes till the opening bounce. We're back with you in a few moments' time. Well, welcome back here to Maroochydore, the home of the 2024 Pacific Cup. We have the pleasure of broadcasting this big game between the PNG Binatangs taking on the Tonga Thunder, and great to have Tonga with us. We know the difficulties that they endured yesterday, the boys and the girls coming across on the airlines, and rest assured I think the difficulties were mutual, because with the competition only only enjoying 5 of a possible 24 quarters yesterday, or not even 5. Just shows the intensity, the chaos, the weather that we've had up here. But just looking at the Bureau, looking at the weather radar in front of us at the moment, we do have a little bit of mess just sitting to the south, but I expect that will miss us. And we're going to have plenty of people catching in. Tell us who you're barracking for. Great to have Benny on the line. Benny joining us, as he was saying the last game. I really hope some of these boys get a try for the LA squad for 2025. The Eyes are actually favourites to win the national titles in the under-18s in 2025, just ahead of Vic Metro and WA 18s. Let's go across to the pre-game facilities. They're from PNG. You see Tonga on your screen at the moment. But yeah, I agree with you, Benny. We saw the powerhouse of the Allies team last year and what they were able to deliver. Yeah, we saw the power of the Allies last year with what they were able to do, taking out the title. They ended up having 4 picks in the number one in the first round of the AFL draft, didn't they? And they're in line to get a couple more next year. We've got Zeke Yuland, who is tipped to go in the top 3 next year. Yeah, how good is that from the Tongans? I love this about international football. That's what it's all about. But yeah, back to what we're talking about, the under-18s. I think there's some great opportunities there, Benny, to get some of these players into the Allies system. I think with where the Allies are at, I'm an ex-Victorian living in Queensland at the moment, and seeing the talent growth up here and what footy in AFL has been able to achieve through the academy programs on the Gold Coast and in Brisbane. They're some of the best. They're probably the best academy programs in all of Australia that actually take place in South East Queensland. So I'd have to agree with you. To get a couple of these players in would be fantastic as part of their development. I know they sort of reach up to Darwin as well. So we'll certainly see, but we'll be talking about that across the day. Keep your comments coming through. Shout out to Sporty Dude, Nate. Let's go Tonga, let's go. Well, we've got some Tonga fans. Great to have you on board, Sporty Dude. And I know Tonga, I think they're wearing different jumpers, so I do apologise too. We might, the team list that we've got might not actually match the numbers that they're currently wearing, so we'll do the best we can with the resources that we've got. But I believe some of them are running around with some academy tops. We talk about the Brisbane Lions Academy. Their tops are coming in to play here, but it's PNG v Tonga. PNG have already played one half of football up against the Tongans, and they bomb the ball inside the forward 50. Off hands, deft little tap there from Dominic Samek. Belted back forward there from Semisoni, the captain of Tonga. Ball at centre half forward for the Thunder, and a beautiful tackle holding the ball. Free kick, it will go to the Tongans. They're starting hot. So the Tongans, player that we don't have on our sheet, we talk about the jumpers, but we'll have a big thumping kick on him. Most of the players are ahead of him at the moment. A floating kick inside the forward 50, that's worked well. And Chris Patolo will take the mark. Chris Patolo from Naku Alofa, the 16-year-old. From one Chris to another. Great to see another Chris out there. So he'll thump the ball along, right for a kick. It's going the journey. The Thunder have got the flex. What a beautiful start. Let's see that on the replay. So that's a beautiful goal. Chris Patolo. And they've got the dream start here, the Tongans. So they had all the chaos that happened with them yesterday. I think that might have done them the world of good. Just seeing the first half of PNG, the Binatangs, there's a lot to like about this footy club. This team, it's just belted forward there by the captain. Flexing is Samasoni inside the forward 50. And the mark taken there across half back. This could be a cracker. This could be an absolute cracker. Be one of the games of the tournament. The sun is coming out. The ground is starting to dry out. Just got a little leg. So he'll play on and take the advantage. However, the umpire says, nope, Caleb, you'll have to go back around your mark. How's the speed, the intensity? Just got a message there. Are there any cup tournaments? Not just the Pacific. I think we've got one coming up in December, the Asian Cup. So it's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So it won't be covered here in Australia. All of that will be happening over in the Asian regions, or the Asian continent. So that won't be happening here in Australia. Just the Pacific at the moment that we've got here in Australia. Ball at high half forward. Taken by PNG. Kick squeezed out. Was looking for Alan Savara. And he's at the bottom of the pack. Just to highlight what we're seeing here in this country at the moment, we've also got the Pacific Cup Championships for junior basketball taking place at the ALS in Canberra. So at the moment, I think we've got New Zealand, they're taking place. So there's a fair bit happening with the Pacific Island countries coming to Australia for sport at the moment. Ball on the outer side. Yeah, Transatlantic Cup was held in Canada. Troy, a good mate of mine, Peter Holden, who's involved in AFLW up here, he was over there calling that game as we've got a 50-metre penalty come across the mark. Thanks, Troy. Asian Cup coming up in Vietnam in a couple of weeks' time. The Transatlantic Cup in Canada was absolutely amazing from all reports there. So people coming from all over the country, all over the world, I think, to be a part of that. So 50-metre penalty. So we'll have a shot on goal. So a 50-metre penalty will see PNG go for their opening goal. I'm loving the comments here. That's what we want to encourage here on the YouTube feed, as well as covering the game. Maroochydore, I think they did win the rights to host this event. So left foot kick on its way, and it's a goal. Scores a level here at Maroochydore. Let's check that on the replay. How good was that finish? I'm not sure who kicked that one. It was pretty far away from where I'm sitting in the commentary box. Scores a level. But yet, loving the dialogue between Benny, Dan, and Troy. Obviously got Sporty Dude jumping on the feet as well. Australia team's not competing in the tournaments for obvious reasons. I think there's a lot of coaches though from Australia who are getting behind those countries, and we even saw Steve Moody, who is was the former coach of Maroochydore here in the QAFL, the senior women's competition. He coaches South Africa, so we are seeing a lot of Aussies going overseas and help developing these programs as coaches from Australian backgrounds. Free kick holding the ball. This is a good game of footy. You can feel it. You can absolutely feel it. So Tonga with ball in hand, right foot kick up towards the outer wing to the captain, Samasoni Feliaha. He's got a thumping kick and he can pump the ball a mile just through his fist. He'll land about 25 metres out, or sorry, probably 20 metres out from goal. That went 65 metres, that kick. Here comes PNG across half-back. You can see the ball, just a little bit of precipitation from the Storms yesterday. Not quite bouncing favourably, and we'll see a boundary throw-in. If this was, Dan said, if this was held in inner city Brisbane, such as Cooperoo, I could see this cup attracting a large crowd. Well, yeah, they do get a fair few big crowds around here. Maroochydore habitually do get a lot of good crowds too, even just through their senior football. They do host the state school champs up here as well, because they've got two quality grounds of a high standard. Not too many venues around Brisbane actually have two high standard AFL grounds. That ball almost went out of bounds. The umpire was in perfect position. Love the work from our umpires. So yeah, as we see some WWE wrestling. We've got Survivor Series coming up. We've got War Games coming up in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be a free kick, and that will go against the Tongas. It will go to PNG. Go to Bernard Savara. He's got that left calf strapped. So, yeah, when we're talking about venues, Maroochydore have 2 quality venues. Not a lot of venues around Brisbane actually have that quality grounds. As the kick goes inside the forward 50, it's turned over. Yeah, Benny, we can't see that. I mean, obviously a WWE fan. Bit of a spine buster or a go to sleep from CM Punk, I think. Anyway, we're here to talk AFL here, right in front of us here on the commentary. Big hits! Oh, this is a good game of footy. Bodies are hitting the floor. The tensions are high. This is a good game of footy. That is a dump. The hot bumps are high. Manson, handball back in ball, was looking for a teammate. Taken here by Tonga. Tonga up and under kick. A settling mark here to Semote Moloala. Floating kick. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a floating kick. It was a little grass cutter, daisy cutter. Taken here by PNG, darting in and out of traffic there. That was Ismail. Inside the forward 50, hits the target. And then Enosh away from Port Moresby. Plays on now. Left foot kick. Was caught, or chose a third of 2 options there. Couldn't quite find his teammate in Charlie Morandi. Hard up there on the boundary line. Right foot kick. Hits the outside of the post. Alan Savara. From Sporty Dude, AFL and Tonga is still new, but it exists. Most of these lads would be from Australia, but good to see footy having an impact on the specific nations. Yeah, I agree, Sporty Dude. I think you made the comment that a lot of the Tongans have a rugby background, whether it be union or league. You can see the speed, see the pace, see the intensity too, the strength. Particularly here across half back. Good upper body strength there from James Tuffa. Taken here though, however, by Alan Savara. Kick squeezed out now, conceding ground. This is good. And Ismail Gabriel, the one who did the wonderful sidestep before that Benny mentioned there on the feed. And a free kick will go to PNG. The Binatangs. Delta play on. Sells some candy, will try to. Just got the handball away under a fair bit of pressure. Up towards the commentary wing. Darting in and out of traffic there was Bernard. Bernard Severa finds his teammate who darts around again. Dominic Samak was one of the players to watch yesterday, Dom. Dom just barks instructions. He's telling Ismail, get out of my way. Ismail picks up the ball now. 1 goal apiece. 2 of the champs of this Pacific Cup. Right foot kick inside the forward 50. Mark drop there by PNG. Deft little tap up towards the corridor. They've got the extra number around this contest. The ball fumbles away. A big booming kick up towards the middle of the ground. Almost trapped there by Nikolai Soilo. Tackle laid there by PNG. You can see Bernard Severa working tirelessly, but here come the Tongans. If they can get a breakaway here. No, holding the ball. Big g'day to Diesel. Says g'day Footy World. Watching from Los Angeles. Watching Los Angeles, California, representing LA Dragons in the USA AFL Club. I want to talk to you a little bit more, Diesel, a little bit later on. Alan Severa takes the mark. Spears the ball inside the forward 50, and that's fantastic. Charlie Morandi. And for those who are watching AFL from Australia, watching this game, you'd be amazed to know that the US AFL, their women's competition, we've got the AFLW here in Australia, the women's competition has been in existence since 1999. Well, left foot kick on its way, just snuck through for a point. So we're into season 10 of the AFLW, and the women's competition has been in existence for 25 years in the States. So that's an interesting. It's an interesting stat for you. It's interesting to think about. Greatest sport in the world, Diesel. I agree. You have to let me know what attracted you to AFL if you're an ex-Aussie. Meanwhile, back here, Tonga across centre half back. They lead this one by 1 point. PNG, a dribbling kick up towards the middle of the ground. Now, PNG have dominated the play for the last probably 5 or so minutes, and they'll look to get back inside the forward 50, holding the ball. Free kick. So we've got people watching from all over the world, including LA today. Great to be in your company here on AFL Play. Absolute pleasure. And it is quarter time here at Maroochydore. And yes, Diesel, mate, it is getting better and better each year, the Women's League here in Australia. In the USA. I totally agree. I've got friends that have gone over to umpire and commentated games over there, and they absolutely love it. Anyway, it is quarter time here at Maroochydore. And the goal scorer that we've been able to tally so far, we've got Chris Patolo there for Tonga. We didn't get the goal scorer there for PNG, but it is 117 PNG. It's Tonga 1 straight 6. We'll be back with you right after this break. Thank you so much for your company.
Yeah, good morning and welcome back here to Maroochydore, and it is PNG 117 leading Tonga 1 straight 6. Got a few comments there on the feed across the break. Diesel was saying he had a chance to meet Mason Cox and Nick Rewald in Texas a few weeks ago at the USA National. Sporty dude. Great first quarter, physical, fast, and what you'd expect from the Pacific nations when they play each other. Diesel said he, in answer to my question how he got involved in footy and what he found in love with it, he said, I discovered footy back in 2005 when I moved to Sydney, and I did not begin playing until I returned to the USA in 2010. I've now been playing for 14 years for the LA Dragons and love seeing tournaments like this growing and exposing our great sport. Diesel got my great mate offsider Daniel Viles calling the women's games as well, and he's actually getting a few people from LA jumping in on the feed, and he was just finished calling Nauru and Fiji. So I'm glad to see when it's sitting nice and pretty at sort of 20 past 5 on a Thursday evening or late afternoon, and great to be in your company enjoying some footy too. I think it's a wonderful time. Had South Africa in the previous game and had some people tuning in at 2:30 in the morning there. That's dedication. Back to the game here. It's Tonga and PNG, and you're right, it is an absolute cracker, this one. I thought we were, we've got some big games coming up across the next few days, but this one might go the journey as Tonga trying to draw a free kick, but PNG trying to run swiftly across half-back. There was calibre in that instance there. Kicks the ball up towards the outer wing. Diving like a beautiful slips catch attempt there was for Tonga. PNG just need to go the ball in that instance there as there was Alan Savara working tremendously hard inside the forward 50. It's a 2-on-1, but you'd certainly back Charlie Morandi to step up here. Charlie Morandi, he's got the show tricks and he'll get the free kick, Charlie. That is quite magnificent. Benny says, where are my PNG brothers and sisters? They love their footy, rugby league and cricket up there. Absolutely. Get onto them. Share this link, share the feed. There's a lot to love, and especially with tremendous work there from Charlie Morandi. He'll kick this. He's such a good player. Rocks back. Doesn't quite make the distance in this instance. And paddled out of bounds there by Eddie Kura Jr. So we'll see a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. My name's Chris. It is a privilege being in your company. Just a little bit about my background. I grew up in country Victoria, I grew up calling footy, local footy, and plenty more, but I'll get in a little bit of that later on. There's Charlie Morandi there at ground level. Tonga trying to clear the ball out across half back. Did he try and lure the free kick? Shoveled forward. It's good pressure here by PNG. Eddie Kura Jr. working hard. Under enormous pressure there was Bernard Savara. Paddled forward there by Tonga. A thumping kick up towards the corridor now. Good use of the body. That was, I think it might have been from Rocky Rex. He flexes his muscles and he runs his full measure. Cheeky kick on the outside of the boots. Alan Savara. Rocky's there in support if he needs him. Alan should have probably gone to Rocky. Beautiful tackle. GAWN gone. Chris Patolo. Beautiful work. Outstanding. For the development, we'll get into some of these comments shortly. Got a couple more jumping on the feed. Some sharp work here by Tonga up towards the middle of the ground. Parked underneath it. It was Dominic Samick. It wasn't. It was Stephen Cass. Stephen up towards the middle of the ground now. Good strong mark taken there by Eddie Kura Jr. Ben Rowley saying for the development of the Pacific Nations, one of the likes of PNG and New Zealand could be brought in the Reserves League second tier comp of the AFL. Perhaps maybe from New Zealand, maybe we could see them come into, I don't know, maybe the State League or the main league of Sydney. I think the Sydney New South Wales competition. I know we've got Sydney and GWS playing in the VFL. I agree, just as a warm-up. I think it's an interesting conversation. Ben Rowley, thanks for joining in. Great work here by Alan Savara. Cannot get away. That's a beautiful tackle there from Sinapata. I agree. Sporty dude, a combined Pacific team would be sweet. Got some more thoughts on that shortly. I know in the under-18 national competition, it's going to be a 50-metre penalty here for
PNG player running through the mark. I know in the AFL Under-18 National Champs, they used to have a team from the NT, the NT Thunder. They would play maybe 6 games of the year. As they started to develop, and it was more about developing talent. I don't think that happens anymore, but that was definitely part of their process. There's a kick inside the forward 50 for PNG. The umpire actually didn't pay the mark, and it'll get pumped straight back inside the forward 50. PNG did play in the Under-18s Nationals once, or as a Teal Cup as it was known back in the day. Thanks, Benny, for your insights there. And that umpire allows it to continue. Ball turned over. They'll kick one here. Sidestep one. They've got to finish. They do finish. The Tongans have got the flex, and we'll see it on the replay. Just sold himself into trouble, and Palu Fafita kicks the goal. Puts them in front too. So Palu Fafita kicks a goal. And it is goal for goal here. From Sporty Dude, despite the skills shown by PNG, Tonga is somehow hanging on by a thread. Great resilience shown. And that's highlight from that goal there. That forward 50 attacking pressure has been essential. You could see that PNG were trying to find a way out, but that defensive side, a defensive element of the game that Tonga have built, and they had a few players across their half forward as well. So when PNG tried to clear, they were essentially kicking into a 2-on-1, maybe 3-on-1 in favour of Tonga. So that's why the hesitation was there. They were building that brick wall, and that's what we want to see more from some of these teams and some of these players, is that while they're very classy on kicking goals, it's about that defensive element of the game. Sometimes it's just about guarding grass, isn't it? If you can stand 10 metres in front of a direct opponent, it might be enough to stop the defending team from clearing with confidence. As Ezra there for PNG tries to clear the ball out, but it's taken there by Tonga. Booming kick back inside the forward 50. There's another one on offer here. Handball over the top. They'll get one. Rightful kick inside of the boots. And it doesn't matter. That score will not... In fact, it will. It's not going to count. It's going to be a free kick. It will... Despite the chaos, it's going to be a free kick to Tonga, because as Kilasimasi went to kick the ball, he was bumped unfairly, I think. And here we go. It wasn't in the number 2 Guernsey. We've got someone that is just proud to represent Tonga. Handball's back in port. They should have just gone back and kicked the goal. They eventually got there. The Tongans are on fire here at Maroochydore. Let's see that on the replay. Beautiful finish there from Solomone. So my name's Chris. Just a little bit about my background too. Originally from country Victoria, moved to Queensland in 2019. Started calling through the state women's competition, then the state league men's competition. Then started calling VFL. Was able to get a few opportunities to call AFL football, and now I'm combining calling AFLW with VFL as well. So I've had the opportunities to call a few games. So at the top level, and I probably get just as excited calling this stuff as I do the AFL, to be fair. And can you blame me? This is great high-octane footy. As John Harron was able to set the play up here for PNG inside the forward 50 off the side of the boot. The kick went in board there from Benson Demis. That ball went out of bounds. Yeah, great to see this is happening in Queensland. Well, the last time this major tournament happened, it's happened in Melbourne a couple of times. They were able to play the men's final. I think it was at the as a curtain raiser for a qualifying final in the AFL, where they got over 75,000 on a Friday night. I can't remember the exact fixture. It could have been Hawthorn or something like that. So that's COVID has sort of made it difficult for these tournaments to happen. getting the Pacific Cup involved. There's a kicking in danger, I think, and it's going to be a free kick to PNG. So due to finances, it's become very difficult for clubs and countries to be able to afford having these tournaments more regularly. So it's like the Olympics. They generally hold it every 4 years. With all the chaos and hiccups that we saw with COVID across 2020 and 2021, it made it difficult, and probably lack of funding as well, I think, that was made available to make these competitions happen. We all know what happened with COVID. I guess some countries, they had to deplete thanks, Diesel. Diesel said we couldn't play the year of COVID here in the USA. Yeah, so a lot of funds and just everything else are well sort of shutting down. So rightful kick on its way. That's a goal. Benson Demis kicks a goal. Let's have a look at that on the replay. This is a great game of footy, isn't it? We're back to 5 points. This is a high standard quality of game. A little bit about Benson. He's from Lay. He's a 17-year-old. And you're right, Benny Rowley. This is a really good game of footy. And we think about what happened with Tonga yesterday with the boys and girls with all their flight hiccups. And unfortunately, they weren't able to take part in their games. And look, I think for those who were sort of following the tournament yesterday, we saw the Storms. We have us only produced nearly 5 quarters of footy across the 6 games on offer with plane delays and storm activity. So yesterday, well, it was a chaotic day, but we're here today, and Tonga have really shown that they are a quality opposition. Kick comes out towards the commentary wing. Pick up here nicely by John Harron. Left foot kick, a dangerous one. Might suit Tonga here. Bursting through. Yeah, you're right, Diesel. Yeah, they did have they had flight issues, but they were able to get in, the boys and the girls. So all the games were postponed to today. We had that confirmed yesterday morning for the organisers, before everyone showed up. Ball on the outer side. There for PNG, locked away inside their forward line. Can they get a goal here in the shadows of half time? They certainly can. It's Alan Savary. Concedes a little bit of ground. And was Alan taken down after the kick? I think he was. So Alan will play on now. Forward of the mark. Right foot kick on its way. And it's a point. It's a point on the siren there from Alan Savara. But it is half time, so that point will count. If that had gone through, they would have been in front right on the siren, PNG. My name's Chris. It is a pleasure being your company, and Diesel will get back. I think some rain in the forecast the next couple of days. Yes. and welcome back to the AFL Pacific Cup Boys event, Sunshine Coast 2024. Great to have Ben Rowley, Josephine Lamont, Cepho joining us. So we've got Benny jumping on board too. Benny 2976. Ben Rowley made the comment, PNG v NZ is the one to watch in the next couple of days, next week when the men take to the field. Both teams historically do well playing Aussie rules, especially International Cup. Great to have you back, Diesel. Ben 2976 said Nauru looked good. Big surprise. Yeah, they were outstanding yesterday against South Africa before the Storms hit. We've got Josephine and Cepho. Josephine saying, go PNG. Well, the boys are playing well, aren't they? And Cepho Patolo, go Tonga. Cepho, I know you'll be watching at the moment. Any connection to Chris in the number 21 that kicked the first goal of the game? Your family or friend or something of that nature? Great to have you on board, wherever you may be watching. And we've got Diesel kicking back with us, joining us from LA. So fantastic. I've got family over in LA. Always have a soft spot for that part of the world. Magnificent. And I think that was the I think LA, or was it San Diego, was the home of the USAFL State Championships in, I think it was a 2014, I think, because I had some mates umpire and call over there for that particular event. 2014, I think it was the LA or San Diego, I can't remember. But yeah, I had some mates from Victoria. They did a big trip over there and umpired a lot of the national games between the men and the women back in 2014. So there we go. We've got the restart here. It's Tonga and PNG. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. This could very well be the match of the tournament. San Diego Lions. Yep, they were the hosts of the 2014 national champs. Yeah, fantastic. Lots of great feedback from that. Crew still speak about how much they love that trip. Here comes PNG. Beautiful tackle from behind. Magnificent. Like a librarian, just snuck up behind me. Beautiful tackle. Tonga. Forget the flight issues. There's a grand plan all along. Thanks, Josephine. Watching from PNG. His son is number 23, Charlie Morandi from West New Britain. I've loved Charlie's work inside the forward line. He's a wonderful player. I really enjoyed calling him over the last couple of days. As the ball in the outer wings, socket off the ground there from Tonga. They're kicking to the right of your screen. And a strong overhead mark taken there. I think it was Dominic Samek. Need to come through the corridor. Pick it up towards Jared. He's standing alone right in front of us here. Oh, that's sort of true centre-half back position. Let's go further down the ground. He's telling his teammates to come up to him. There's some congestion at high half forward. Ball slips over the top, and this is where the congestion is suiting Tonga, where they had the extra numbers. Kick around the body up towards the corridor. Some parts of the track, we've got a very hard deck. Some of it's still a little bit of precipitation towards the boundary line where the water has been sitting. Lovely work. Dancing on a dollar here is Ben and Savara. Inside the forward 50. I think it's his brother Alan. Alan with a right foot check side. And that's a mark taken. Is that Benson again? Handball's back to Alan. Alan. Goal. Beautiful finish. PNG are in front here at Maroochydore. Look at this on the replay. Allen almost kicked the goal. He's able to get the support from his teammates. 2 points of margin. That's the third lead change of this game. Yep, so thank you, Josephine. I appreciate that. So Josephine has said Malachi Bikini. So thanks for that. I'll make that adjustment on my team sheet. So we've been given a handful of... oh, yep, he's wearing number 23. Gotcha. We've got him listed at number 25. There we go. So here they go again. Here comes Allen. Or is he Steve, if you know the joke? Inside the forward 50 again. PNG lowering the eyes. Electrifying stuff from Gordon William. They have come out, PNG, under coach David Tapini, full of thunderous energy. Couple of inside 50s for a couple of goals, and they're roaring back into business. They've got a couple to start the second half. Gordon William gets on the scoreboard. And they have got 3 goals. They've kicked. This is tremendous comeback here from PNG. They trailed by as much as 11 points. They've kicked 3-2 to nothing in the space of 6 minutes of play. Thanks to John Ford from watching from Country Vic. Our grandson is boundary umpiring. Thanks, John. Whereabouts in Country Vic are you from, mate? I grew up in Woodend, around the Macedon Ranges. That's my lovely part of the world. Great to be in your company. Shovel it out there up towards centre half back. Handball under pressure. There from PNG. Here comes Tonga, taken high. They need a settler here, the Tongans. They're not going to be playing advantage because time had essentially been called off. How's that? Grandpa's watching watching his son on the boundary. That's fantastic. Great to be with you, Johnny. Meanwhile, a free kick to James Turfer. So we may have a few numbers incorrect on the team sheets have been provided. So we know with Tonga they've got a jumper change overnight. Right foot kick along the boundary line. Still key. Good follow-up work here from Bernard Savara. Up towards high half forward. Ismail Gabriel. A likely type. Right foot kick up towards centre half forward. Mark not taken. How's the recovery here from Menson? Menson now has his teammate. Hard up there on the boundary line. Sells some candy. It's Allen. Right foot check side up towards the top of the square. Oh, another mark. Good on you, Johnny. He's holidaying in Minyip from originally from Adelaide. Fantastic. Good to be with you, mate. And Ezra. Lippu. Oh! Good work there by the Tongans on the mark. He's given away the high tackle. Unfortunately, it means Alan Severa will go back for goal number 2. He kicked the goal yesterday. Kicked the opening goal of the Pacific Cup. Alan Severa, a boy from Port Moresby, just 16 years old, just turned 16 about 6 weeks ago. Incredible athlete. So we've got plenty of people watching on at the moment. Just keep an eye on Alan Severa, the number 2. Right foot kick on its way. Misses. I think we had Huago Oya, formerly known as Ace. He come through PNG. He's currently on the Gold Coast Suns list. Played in the 2017 International Cup in Melbourne. He was able to find his way onto to a rookie list with the Gold Coast Suns, I think. Did some great work over at Broadbeach as well on the Gold Coast. Proud Footy Club under Josh Searle. And here's an opportunity for PNG again. Right foot kick. Misses to the far side. Bernard Savara. And now there's some alarm bells ringing for the Tongans now. Because PNG, they're probably 1 or 2 minutes away from blowing this contest wide open and perhaps winning this game. It's a 21-point turnaround in the space of 9.5 minutes of play. They've come to a complete stop as PNG, they've flexed their muscles. They're not going to slow down soon. Right foot kick there from Savara again. Was looking for his teammate, not forthcoming. Couple of PNG stars collide. Right foot kick around the body. That's another one. Keep the goals coming, they say, and that's Benson Demis. Let's have a look at that on the replay. Look at this snap around the body from Benson. He has now got 2. And he's putting on an exhibition. It's a 16-point margin. And the celebrations will continue. 8.5 minutes into this term. 12 points of margin. We're at 16 points of margin. So we're at a game-high lead. $16 points. It was. They've kicked 3-2 to nothing in this term. Ben's asked a question. Benny Rowley is wonder how many club scouts will be at the tournament watching and looking. There'll be a few. Particularly from the academy perspective, and the under-17s looking to try and get them into the under-18s program next year. I don't doubt that at all, and I reckon there'll be a few next week too. But, we've got to keep in mind as well, we've got the AFL draft happening Wednesday and Thursday next week, so I don't know whether that will restrict the scouts from coming up and watching this, but they're looking at players for next year's draft. I'm not sure. So... But, yeah, that's probably what we're thinking of. But, yeah, there'll be a few here today looking at particularly from the Gold Coast Academy, the Brisbane Academy. Yeah, Benny 2976. Hopefully the Allies selectors will be up here. Yeah, I agree. Great opportunities. As a free kick has been awarded, the PNG with an up and under kick. He poked the toe up. Got plenty of height, plenty of trajectory inside the forward 50. There's Alan Savara again. He'd be on track for player of the tournament. Finds his brother. Bang! Misses to the near side. The Savara brothers are taking it on. 17 points the margin. It has been their quarter, hasn't it, for PNG? They have kicked 3-3 to nothing. They've kicked 4-3. To nothing. So it was one stage, it was 18-7 in favour of the Tongans. The ball hasn't been inside their forward line in this quarter. It has lived in this half of the ground. He's done the splits! Oh my goodness! He's done the full-on splits, and oh my gosh, did that look painful. Left foot kick inside the forward 50. Looking for Alan Savara again. I agree, Ben 2976. He's exciting to watch. Right foot kick around the body. Kicks it out of bounds on the full. This from Diesel, just FYI for those who do umpiring, boundaries, etc. The USAFL allows and pays for trips to the USA for national tournaments each year to assist with games over a 2-day period in October. Yeah, I think it's great. I've, again, having had friends go over and be a part of that program as well. All they've had to do is pay for their flights and accommodation over there, but they actually get paid to officiate. So I urge anyone, doesn't matter which country that you're involved in, to get over and be a part of the USAFL National Champs. We've got Nannies on the line joining us saying, go PNG Binatangs. Yeah, they are having a great quarter. I don't think the budget will allow Diesel. I'd love to get over and do some announcing. It's on the bucket list. Bernard Savara takes the mark. I've had friends over there. It is they love it, absolutely love it. It is three-quarter time here. Just on that, Diesel. When I do get across to the States, it's try and get over for WrestleMania personally. We've done that before. Anyway, it is three-quarter time here, and how about that from PNG? The Binatangs, they put on a quarter. The stuff of dreams. It is three-quarter time here, and PNG lead this one 5-5-35 to Tonga. 3 straight 18. We're back after this short break. Welcome back live here at the Sunshine Coast. My name's Chris. It is a privilege to be in your company. Sporty Dude says third quarter was just pure domination from PNG. Clearly came out with a better game plan. Tonga didn't adjust at all, and also said the Tonga defenders aren't pressuring the PNG forwards at all. Yeah, I agree. I think the ball didn't even go inside their forward 50 at all. Did it to the Tongans, and traditionally the scoring end at Maroochydore is to the right hand of your screen. So generally speaking, Tonga did have the scoring end of that quarter, but it's sort of that overlap after that free kick to Benson Demis late in the second quarter that resulted in PNG kicking that goal to put them within 4 points at half time. It really set the team on an upward trajectory. I just want to see from Tonga, and something we haven't seen much from, there's Samasoni, their captain. I'm not sure. I guess his impact has been very limited. He's one of those players that can win the hit out, and he closes that fist and he can belt it forward. And for those who followed the Brisbane Lions back in the early part of the century, Clark Crackers Keating used to just close the fist and belt the ball forward as far as possible. Sporty Dude says last quarter, lads, enjoy. Yep, agree. We're certainly going to be in for a treat. And just looking at the current percentage for PNG at the moment, because it might very well come down to percentage in terms of who we see crowned champions. We don't actually have finals played for the under-17 competitions for the boys and girls, but their percentage at the moment it's sitting at 411%, and that is inclusive of the 39 zip that they had yesterday in the game that was shortened to just under 3 quarters. So that result still counts. Any result at half time still stands. You just need to get towards a half. Here's a chance for Tonga. There's the captain there in Samasoni. He tried to get an impact on the contest. Palu Fafita kicked the goal for Tonga earlier on. PNG have just got plenty of numbers around this contest, and they're working hard for each other. I think it's the Severa brothers have been really cutting them to ribbons. Here's Menson Cabana, or Gubana I should say, inside the forward 50. Here's Allen again if he's required. Handball back inboard. Right foot kick around the body up towards the top of the square. Tried to find a teammate, just bypassed him. The Tongans thumping the ball out of defence. They have to find a target. Not when PNG have been loading numbers back across half forward. Slips out towards the commentary wing, and we'll see a boundary throw in. Yeah, Diesel, we might have to hook up, mate. Link up and see if we can make something happen in the future. Get across to the States and call some footy and be part of the action if the budget allows. I do get very envious of a lot of the crew that get over. Again, had a mate call over in Canada back in August, and before the AFLW season, absolutely loved it. It's certainly a wonderful experience. We'll see another boundary throw in here just to restart. It is tough conditions at times here at Maroochydore. You can see the wind sort of blowing a little bit. And so, and this is what I appreciate from the umpires as well. It is a coaching experience for them too. See, you get caught up there in the breeze. Umpire allows it to continue, taken too high. And they can't take the advantage there, Alan. And we'll see the ball come back towards half-back. I'm just enjoying watching Samasoni play here from Tonga. He's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of strength, a lot of speed. As someone mentioned during the feed, that a lot of the Tongans come from rugby background. I can definitely see that. But I can see that he'd be a great asset to an AFL club. Ball hard up there on the boundary line. There's Allen again. Diesel says, I played for the Seattle Grizzlies for 2 years ago, so I got to play against all the Vancouver teams. They have 5 in Vancouver. That's incredible. Just love the AFL thriving in the States as well. We've got Tonga and PNG represented here. It's just absolutely fantastic. Did have a question that was asked earlier on one of the early games whether AFL is free to air at all in Fiji. The answer is no, and the Fijians are a very talented bunch of players too. As the PNG send the ball inside the forward 50. Diesel said he played for Seattle for across 2015-2016, and the Canadian AFL is also a huge league. That's fantastic. We love it. Yeah, we love seeing opportunities like this for PNG. And he ran straight to where he was kicking it. Was Caleb Kunjul. That's all right, Diesel. I know there's a couple of typos there, mate. I totally get what you're. I'm buying what you're selling. No doubt. It's Thursday. It's approaching Friday. It's been a big week. Slips over the back to Allen. He'd be contention for the player of the tournament. Put it up towards the top of the square. Up a shot. It's going up towards the top of the square. And Tonga mark the Rusemko Minnesela. They just need to get the ball forward, Tonga. Play some possession footy. James Turfer. Come out towards the commentary side of the ground. They need to come along the boundary line. That's where they will come. Putting the ball on the ground. That's very good, given the moisture underfoot. And that's a very good kick. That's exactly what Tonga needed to do. Yes, they didn't hit a target in that case there, but now they've got a stoppage. So they were 10 metres out from their defensive goal. And a couple of kicks down the line. They're now 75 metres out from goal. So they've been able to move the ball 80 metres in the space of a couple of kicks and get some possession. It's something they just haven't done here in this second half. For them, it is purely about possession. Tonga. There we go, Samasoni again. Winning it out. He's parked himself nicely just off the back of the pack. PNG have just got too much speed. The Tongans have the size, PNG have the speed. Strong tackle. That was laid there by Stephen Cassie. In the middle of the ground now. Tonga nearly have possession of the ball. We've got some extra numbers around this contest, Tonga. Coming in too high. Umpire was blindsided. PNG had extra numbers defensive side of the ground, but almost rugby-style tactics here from Tonga. You can really see those skills coming forward. I would just want to see someone sit off the edge of the centre square. You know, see that number 21 here, Chris Patolo, has already kicked a goal. I want to see him come back 5 metres behind this contest. I don't want to see him run. See, that ball would have landed exactly where I said he would have been, and he could have kicked the ball long inside the forward 50. Just needed to come off and he followed his opponent to the ball. And these are things they're going to learn over the journey, aren't they? The tackle, great tackle in the side. Umpire allows it to continue, and rightfully so. Samate Moala keeps the ball moving nicely, and eventually it's taken out of bounds. Ben 2976, the bluest skies you've ever seen are in Seattle. So the song says. Didn't they used to have the Seattle Supersonics in the NBA a couple of decades ago? Over the back now. This is exactly what we think with Tonga. They've got the opportunities, but the tackle was awarded, holding the ball decision. It'll go to Jared Dale. Sends the ball on the outer side. We're halfway through this final quarter. Strong, clever mark on the outer side as they look to run forward swiftly, PNG. That's Rocky Rex. Finds his teammate on the other side. It's really starting to open up for them. Umpire allows it to continue. Kick there from Offa Matau. 70 metres out from PNG's goal. Almost essentially handballing to himself here. It's Caleb Kunjul. He's penalised holding the ball. Diesel says, enjoyed playing in Seattle. The air is fresh and crisp. It's nice. Kick slews off the instep of the boot here. Tonga spent it before he had it. And Allen was, it wasn't Allen. It was Enoch sort of shepherding from a teammate that was doing the same thing for him. PNG, they've got to move the ball quickly now. Still a couple of goals in this game, I would feel. And Ismail can kick the ball long inside the forward 50. Takes a little bit off the kick, tries to find Alan Severa. He's just toying with them. This is his playground, isn't it? That ball went out of bounds on the full. Diesel says, playing here in Southern California, we have games where the temperature is 100 degrees or more. Thanks, Diesel. You're getting me to go to the metric system and trying to think how hot that would be. I'm going to take a stab and say 34 degrees Celsius or 28. Oh, I'm not sure. They had those temperatures in Darwin. Kicks into the man on the mark. The pressure from the Binatangs has been remarkable. They've got to get the ball moving now quickly before they get numbers around the corridor now, Tonga. They've just got to thump the ball along, and that's what they do. Here's their opportunity. This is their moment to shine. They're all one-on-ones inside the forward 50. Just need to get a few more players. Defensive side. No, he's denied. But I think by Jared Deu. Kick along the commentary wing now. They're 2-on-1, and they're off and running again. Jared Havey. He just thumps the ball along, looking for grass, essentially. Two PNG players collide. And Enosh, I think he's partially winded, copped the stray knee there from his teammate. Nana says, finish the game. So Ben296 says LA has identical weather to Perth, Australia within 0.5 degree. Just Perth doesn't have the smog haze. Ben Rowley says 37 degrees. So 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Southern California is 37 degrees Celsius here in Australia. That is just crazy. All they need is the rain, and you feel like you're playing in Darwin. You know, they've got the NTFL up there, which is running all year round. Well, it ensures we have AFL running all year round, because as soon as the AFL finishes, the NTFL starts. So we've got major competitions running 12 months of the year, barring a few weeks over Christmas. Some great work here from PNG and sending the ball out of bounds. We're getting some good cheers for PNG. Nanas is really getting behind the lads. Haven't seen a score in this quarter. Diesel says I played a game in Las Vegas in 2013 where the Gamblers was 117 degrees, 17 degrees, kicked the winning goal with 30 seconds left from 50 as the ruck. Oh, Diesel. You remind me of Diesel or Kevin Nash in the WWE. Just lethal. A monster. I love it. Good to be in your company. There's Offa. Works hard on the outer side. Minute and a half to go. Feel there's still an opportunity here for the Tongans. They are good enough, but they've got to bypass Dominic Samek. Dominic Samek up towards high half forward. Ball heads out towards the boundary line. Still inside the field of play. PNG, they're just constantly attacking, aren't they? Inside the forward 50. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ben Rowley saying, come on, Tonga, kick one more goal. Diesel says in that game where he kicked the winning goal in Vegas, 19-17. Sporty Dude says, better quarter from Tonga overall, but PNG still get the Milo and biscuits. Oh, don't they ever? Kick on its way, it'll fall short. Deft little tap over the top there from Jared Habe. And Tonga, look, I think they're going to hold on here, or will they? Oh, he came from a mile away. That's not the siren for our game. That was the captain there of Semisoni announcing his presence. Big kick up towards the middle of the ground here. There might be a chance here for PNG. Handball over the top. I think the siren might just beat them. An up and under kick. Mark not taken. Here's a chance. It's Allen again. Allen with a few seconds left. Allen with the final kick of the game. And it's out of bounds on the full. But you'd think with the player of the tournament already in the bag for Alan Savara. Take it to the bank. It has been fantastic. It is PNG, 2 strong, 5-5-35 to Tonga, 3 straight 18. A big thanks to Benny Rowley, Ben2976, Diesel, 40 for jumping on, Sporty Dude. Thanks so much for jumping in on the feed. We also had some support there from Nanas, also getting behind everyone. Look, it's been a privilege being in your company. Joseph Lamont, thanks for joining us, mate. Or Josephine. Look forward to your company. I'll be with you right throughout the rest of the boys tournament, so no doubt I'll catch you up on a feed or two over the next couple of days, maybe later on today. But it is full time. It's PNG, 2 strong, 5-5-35, Tonga, 3 straight 18. Thanks very much for joining us.
I'll be coming up, I think in about an hour and a half time. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining me.